Oh, hiya. It's targeted individual here. Listen, right. I know that you know that I know and you know that my life is crazy. I've got to tell you, I've just got back from something absolutely mind-blowing. I went to the Great Awakening tour with Fraudian friends, and it has just blown my mind. You lot, you would just not believe some of the things that I've learned this weekend. It's mad, absolutely mad. So I'm going to give you a rundown because obviously, you know, I'm an influencer and you're my followers. I'm going to give you a little bit of a rundown of what I learned from Fraudian friends at the Great Awakening tour. Now, first things first, I don't really understand why they call it a tour because it was just one day. I can only imagine it was because Fraudy flew in on his private jet from Spain, which technically would make it a tour, wouldn't it? Because it's going from one place, from one country to another, so it's like a tour. Anyway, so the show itself, it's not a show, it's like a conference, that's it. The conference was up north in a place called Birmingham, which is like way up north in England. And so it was, you know, it was difficult for me because it's like miles away from where I live, but it was totally worth it, and it was worth the 45 quid ticket. You know, it was totally worth it just to go there to meet these people. And you know what, I've had some amazing conversations. I'm going to run into that later. But right now, let me just tell you, the people were lovely, mainly because they were older. I've got to say, there was a lot of people there at like my nana's age. But that's all right, you know, because it was a day out for them, and they must get quite lonely and that at home. So it was nice to bring them out and entertain them with some truths. Do you know what I mean? Because they can't be watching the BBC. They can't be watching nothing like that because all they're going to learn is lies. So I feel like we were doing something humanitarian just to bring them out, you know, for the day and like teach them some stuff. Anyway, so lovely lady in the audience, because they did like question and answer. And because it was safe to do so because everyone's like believing the same thing. So they weren't going to run into trouble with like troublemakers, like questioning them and that. So the question that this lovely lady come on the mic and asked was, what happened to the 35,000 children that they rescued from the tunnels in like Ukraine or something? I think it was Ukraine. Anyway, Fraudy said, well, they ain't round my house. Oh, he's so funny, isn't he? He's so funny. I mean, you know, when someone's going to ask a question about like trafficking and that, and children and that, I mean, you got to have a laugh, ain't ya? You got to make light of it, because you just go mad if you don't laugh. So yeah, oh God, he's so funny, isn't he? He's so funny. Anyway, so after he made everybody laugh hysterically about trafficking, he then said, they're safe. They are safe. They were rescued. They're okay. Some of them went to like Turkey, and some of them went to like Russia, which we know is like one of the safest places on the planet. And they're all, and then they went on the med beds. They went on the med beds, which is like amazing. I can't wait to go on the med beds, right? I have had a lot of healing because obviously I work very closely with Archangel Michael. And I've had a lot of healing. I also had healing from that amazing King of England, the real King of England, Greg Hallett. Greg Hallett healed my eyes, right? He healed my eyes. I had terrible trouble seeing, right? And he placed his hands on me, like pushed his hands down me like that, and then just made my eyes just heal themselves. It was a beautiful moment. Anyway, in fact, he used to go on with Fraudy all the time until he didn't anymore. I don't really know what happened. But there was a time where me and Greg, the real King of England, were like so close. Like after he healed me, he said, you know, I can heal you in other ways. I'm like, Greg, don't, you're flirting with me. And he's like, you know what, I am a king. If you want, I can put my crown jewels into your porpoise pouch. I'm like, what? Oh my God, not that sort of girl. You got to take me out on a date first. So he did. We went Pizza Express. Anyway, it was all good. Anyway, and my eyes are like totally healed. I can see so good now. Anyway, I'm going off topic. So the children were put on the med beds, which are real, right? And like everyone was like, oh, lovely, that is lovely, oh, lovely, thinking about all those children in Russia. And they know that they're just so safe, and it made the whole, you could feel the warmth in the room, like the whole room just like was like so warm and loving. It was almost as if Archangel Michael like flew in and landed and went just wafting the love. It was so amazing. So afterwards, there was like a meet and greet. Now I was supposed to pay like 70 quid for a meet and greet, but just don't tell nobody. I snuck in, right? I ain't paying 70 quid. I can rely on my assets to get me anywhere, right? So I thought I'm just gonna go in anyway. I got talking to this bloke with no hair, right? Well, he's got a bit of hair anyway. He was lovely, he was really attentive, and he said, I noticed that there was in a room full of older people, you were like the youngest one there, and it was that he just thought it was lovely. He liked my energy. He said my energy was beautiful, and I said that's because I work with Archangel Michael, and he's like, I can feel that. I can feel that on you. I can totally feel it, and I'm like, yeah, that is right. Anyway, I got talking to him. I told him I am a targeted individual. I explained it. Well, he knew just what that meant. He says, I know exactly what you're talking about, love. I went, do you? And he went, yeah, I know how to protect you from that. And I'm like, what? I can be protected? And he's like, yeah, all you've got to do is I'm going to give you a tie, and I'm going to give you some instructions of what to do with the tie. I've got to wait till me menses, but when I'm on, I'm going to follow his instructions and then send the tie back. And he said that it protects patriots from the deep state, you know. So I am excited about that. And I got such an honest vibe from him. Like, he's so lovely. He really, you know, usually he wears like old man jumpers, but this time he's wearing a suit and he actually looked quite good. And I thought, you know what, I totally trust him. He had one of those voices that you just trust, you know, and he's got all these connections to MI5 and MI6 and CII. So I know he's legit, right? And I'm totally going to follow. I'm totally going to do the tie thing. I'm going to do it because I am so targeted right now. You would not believe it. Then, you know what they're doing now? They're getting actresses to dress up as mothers with kids, giving them kids, probably from the tunnels, right? And making them walk behind me when I'm on the school run. They're following me with the kids on the school run to make it look like they're just taking their kids to school. Then we get to school and all of a sudden, after I said bye to my kids, right, all their kids have gone. I mean, seriously. I mean, they must think I'm stupid. I know exactly what's going on here. So the kids go away and then they walk off slowly, sometimes talking to each other about like bake sales and that sort of thing. I'm like, yeah, right, love. I don't think so. Not round here. Anyway, I know that there's like MI5, MI6 and this following me because I know stuff, and I've been to the conference. It's happening daily, like every day this week. I've had it happen. So don't tell me I ain't a targeted individual, because I know that I am. So the minute my menses comes, I am doing that thing and sending it to that nice old man with 3 ears. I'm going to do it because I think it's so important to protect yourself in these trying times of truth telling. Okay, now, I'll tell you what else I got, and I'm going to have to do a separate video. Sorry, I just got to reach down for something. Got to reach down for my glasses. My eyes just ain't the same these days. I'm getting older. I really, really struggle with my eyesight. But I got this book, right? It's called The Conspiracy Files. Oh, my days, you would not believe what's in it. So my next video, look at this, reptilian overlords. Everything those people were saying in the conference is like in this book. It's just like staggering. The moon landings, they faked them, all this sort of thing, right? This is what they're talking about at the conference. It's just crazy. Look at that. Look, look. Oh, you can't, I don't know if you can see that. But it's all in here. It's all in here. So, you know what? I'm definitely going to do a separate influencaaaaaar video talking about all of these conspiracies in here, because it will blow your mind. Now listen, I've got to go because I'm pretty certain I've seen a couple of those actresses. I've got to go pick up my kids from school anyway, but they're lurking outside my house. They think I don't know. I know exactly what's going on. But I'm getting closer. What if they come in? What if they knock on the door? There you stay. Oh, hiya. Oh, hiya, it's Targeted Individual here. Listen, I've just heard that there is this YouTuber called Intel Lady. Well, I am sorry, but she ain't got no intel whatsoever. I went and had a look and I could not understand a single thing she was talking about. It made no sense in my brain whatsoever. And the cheek of this woman, right? She's putting out all of this intel which ain't right in my head. It don't sound right. And then she's asking you to hit the thumbs up and then share it out and then subscribe to her channel. She's saying, like, you know, that people are watching that aren't subscribed, and if that would help her a lot if they were to subscribe to her channel. I'm like, sorry love, I don't think so. No way. Not only that, but this woman, she's got a right nerve. What a cheek. She's got a buymeacoffee.com/Intel Lady, which she puts down in the description box of all her videos, so you can just click on that link and then buy her a coffee. She don't look the type to drink coffee. She looks the type to drink like Adreno coffee or something like that. So I wouldn't trust it. You know what? If you want to follow anyone, you ought to be following me. Targeted Individual, influencer and makeup and beauty blogger. Follow me. Don't be following Intel Lady. Oh, hiya.